guys, it's Katie Christ, health and wellness coach, embodiment coach, and owner of Recalibrate Your Health and Wellness. So today we're going to talk about all about this kind of a model of behavior change. So an intentionality model. You guys know that I geek out about habit development. This is one of the things that I love to coach my clients on, and honestly, just like read every single book. You can see all these books in the background of, okay, how do you have an intention, create a behavior around that leads to a habit, and that leads to actual success. And what we're going to be talking about today specifically is one of the biggest struggles and biggest things that I help women talk about all the time: nutrition. You can say diet, food, how do you eat, whatever. Like, what we're really going to hone in on is going about, and I'm going to introduce this. It's Brennan Burchard's kind of behavior pyramid. Or just kind of his growth model on behavior, intentionality, and really changing your habits. We're going to focus on kind of the big picture of everything, learn about behavior changes, and then I'm going to kind of walk you through how I walk my clients through. Because the biggest struggle around food and around changing your diet and around changing the way that you eat is that we're like, have you ever just said, okay, I'm going to, like, on Monday, I'm going to start and I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm going to go and I did all the time. Oh my gosh. Like the 14-day, hey, we have a recipe guide, like this whole 14-day kind of healthy eating. And it was like those Beachbody things. And it was truly, everything was laid out. Every recipe guide was laid out. Everything that I had to eat, I had breakfast and a snack and a lunch and then a snack and then a dinner, and I had a grocery list. And so I was like, okay, 14 days, not that hard to do. I got this. And I would be going to the grocery store. I would be following my grocery list, and I would be in there for like 2 hours because I'm like, where the heck is the turmeric? Like for my morning, like reset cleanse tea, where is the turmeric? Which I'm not knocking turmeric. Turmeric is actually a really, really great kind of thing to add into your diet and your microbiome, which I know now. At the time I was like, where is this organic like maple syrup to put over my oats? And wait, what's the difference between like the regular instant oatmeal and then the oats that I'm supposed to be getting? All that confusion. I'd be there for 2 hours because I'm like, there's a whole bunch of stuff that I'm getting and I'm not used to getting. And then I come home and I'm like, okay, like this whole week I got this. And then Monday would be great, Tuesday would be great, Wednesday, like, I don't really want to do it. And then Thursday would hit. For some reason, for me, it was always on a Thursday. And then instead of kind of having my like cauliflower, rice, broccoli, kung fu chicken that I was supposed to create from scratch, I would just go for some cereal and a glass of wine. Or if we were getting real crazy, like some mac and cheese that I had like stuffed way, way back in the cupboard. It was like, I knew what to do. I literally had a guidebook of, hey, 14 days, Katie, this is how you eat. Yet I wasn't following through. Yet there was like, I knew I should be eating like this, but I didn't. And I like just went straight back to cereal. So it's like, what the heck is going on? And I don't know if there's anything that you can relate around this, but it truly is. It's like, I know everything about healthy eating is out there. I know I should be eating more vegetables. I know I should be eating more broccoli. I know I should be eating more protein. I know I should avoid carbs and I shouldn't be having ice cream at night. And then I should stop eating by 7 p.m. per what Oprah says. All of this is good advice. All of this is a good kind of foundation aspect. And I know what I should be doing, but the follow through wasn't there. And so what the heck is going on? And this is where like we can really go back and just kind of say, okay, like what I had to figure out is not that like I know what to do. I had to look at my own behavior around food and really, really almost where like I had to strategize, and almost like I was on the basketball team again. I was captain of the bench on basketball, by the way. I didn't play, but it really was okay. Like almost visualizing the winning team, the team that I like was playing on offense, that was doing these activities. That was the new me. And then you had the defense, of where, like, I actually had this kind of visualization in my mind. I had the defense, and this was like my sabotage self, the self that I wanted to destroy and like totally win against them. And like, how do I, my new self, how do I get it in the basket? How do I win at this new diet thing? And so it really was breaking down of, okay, if I go to, and you're gonna see how much I like actually knew about basketball and plays. Sorry, Coach Dog. Um, it was okay if I go over here and set a screen over here so that I can like go against the self-sabotaging behavior of emotional eating. Can I get around and like make the basket there? But then it was understanding, okay, when am I gonna trip up? When is the defense gonna play really hard against me? When am I like really bad at dribbling and shooting a three-pointer? Like how do I go about that? So really I was like, okay, how can I simplify this in terms of things that I can kind of understand, which for me is sports, and really restructure, okay, my own behavior. And like it was us against them being the old behavior that I want to get out, and us being, okay, this is the new winning behavior. How do I win? How do I get the damn ball in the basket and actually follow through on healthy eating? And it was going like, I don't want this for you. I don't want this for you to be where you have to go back to grad school, which is what I did, and studied behavior intentionality and studied habit development and studied body image and studied wellness behaviors and do all that. And then I read every single book that I could possibly find about motivation, personal development, psychology, just habit implementation, wellness behaviors, how like healthy eating guide, recipe books, all this stuff. And nothing actually changed until I really understood my own behavior. And so that's what I want to do today, because this is something that, okay, I coach my clients on. It's, again, everybody knows what they should do. If I ask you right now, what's one thing that you could be doing for your health, or even let's like pare it down to what the topic is right now of food. What's one thing that you could be eating that you aren't, but you know that you should be doing? Or what's one thing that you kind of eat on a consistent basis that you know you shouldn't be doing? We all know it's the follow through. And this is where the follow through is really, really looking at behavior. So I want to show you guys, I'm always going to be teaching you guys the newest things that I've been learning about. New models, new mindset shifts, new techniques in the personal development world, and how do we kind of take those for our own body image, for our own health, and kind of start to apply that so that we actually start following through on the shoulds. And so I'm in this, it's called Growth Day by Brennan. You guys know that I'm obsessed with him. He just has really, really great tools on personal development that it really, really resonates with me. So I'm going to share my screen and hopefully, okay, share this. Okay, I hope you guys are seeing this orange growth day. So this is something I'm gonna leave a link. Oops. Okay, actually, well, let's just show you what it is. So it's this whole app where every single day you get kind of a daily fire by Brendan. It's just kind of like this pump up motivation. What I really love to do is you can go in the learn section. And he has every first of the month, Brendan will come on and do kind of a personal development talk, like a 2-hour talk. And then every Tuesday and Thursday, different personal development kind of gurus and teachers and mindset people will come on. And they'll talk about the same topic. And so if you're anything like me, where you kind of need the same you need to hear the same thing over and over and over again, and also different styles of teaching and different perspectives help really ingrain the lesson. This is kind of the whole point of Growth Day. So if you guys have any questions about Growth Day, let me know. I'll leave a link of kind of a sign up if you guys want to test it out. But let's go back to, I had this pulled up and it wasn't there. This is my style of coaching, by the way. This is where we're in it. We have conversations. But let me show you. Okay. Habit of going. So I want to show you, this is Brennan Burchard's. When I saw this, I was like, okay, this is finally what I've been talking about. And it's like a model that I actually, like, this is what me and my clients go through. And it's Brennan's intention model. So I'm totally giving all credit to Brennan Burchard. But this truly is if you are trying to transform your body, trying to transform your body composition, aka lose weight, um, or create better wellness behaviors, this is the model to go after. Because a lot of the times, has anybody heard the whole kind of, oh, it takes 21 days to establish a new habit? So mentally, I would always be like, okay, if I can just like cut out carbs for 21 days, then I'm good to go. Or I'll just kind of eat clean, super like salads for every single day for 21 days. And then I just have that ingrained habit of eating salads. How many times has that actually worked? I'm gonna say there might be one person that is like just a madhouse lady, and it's worked for her. Other times, not so much. And it's because we're skipping straight to habit. You skip one, two, and three. And so this really truly, if you're trying to transform who you are, which a lot of the times when we're talking about weight loss or body transformation or body composition goals, you are changing who you inherently are. You're changing your identity. You're changing your behaviors. You're changing the way you talk about yourself. You're changing your day to day life. And that's why it's so hard to kind of create success, create follow through. But if we can go through these steps, it really just breaks it down and it makes it really, really easy. And I guess I won't say easy, it makes it really simple. And it's not easy at the same time too, because again, we're changing who you are. So the first thing, and I'm going to totally relate this back to diet, back to changing our behavior around food, changing our kind of how we approach food, just because I know this is a time of year where everyone's like on the train of the Whole30. So the first part is really setting an intention and getting really, really crystal clear of what this intention means. Of not just saying of, okay, I'm going to eat healthy. It's truly, okay, what is the intentionality behind eating healthy? What is the why behind eating healthy? It has to be rooted in something that's not just like a blanketed statement of, I'm just going to eat healthy. Your intention has to be rooted into a value system of yours, or it has to be rooted into almost an identity aspect of, I am the type of person who eats healthy, because this intention is really going to ground the next step, which is the behavior. So the behavior is this other kind of concept of just, okay, my intention is to be the type of person that just like eats high energy foods. And so then the behavior is you struggling and you figuring it out, and you kind of like, this is where it gets really, really muddled, because it's this new behavior that you're trying to figure out and you're trying to ingrain into yourselves. It's again kind of how I teach habit development. It's like the first part is breaking down the old habit of how you used to eat. So this is really, really, really struggling. It takes about 20 days. The second part is kind of creating and establishing the new behavior that you're trying to create as a habit. And that's another kind of struggle of, okay, how does this work? How does this not work? What gets in the way? What stops me? And then the final, so that's another 20 days. And then the final 20 days ends up being about 60 days to actually create this third step, a habit. That's when it's like, okay, how do I sustain this and create consistency around that? So that's where it's like, it's not 21 days. It's usually around 60 days to create just one new habit, because in those 60 days, you're kind of establishing, you're getting rid of the old behavior of you eating Taco Bell every other day. You're creating the new behavior of, okay, let's establish this as a new behavior of me taking the time to meal prep or eat the Fab Four way, or kind of eat the magic plate, all the things that we kind of talk about in my coaching program. And then the third step is consistency, having this behavior become consistent. And then that's when it becomes a habit. That's when it just kind of starts to become like, okay, this is just like every single day of me like brushing my teeth, or like, what else do we do? Making the bed, hopefully. Actually, I don't know. Brett, let's just stick with brushing the teeth. So that's where, like, that's the basis. That's the foundation. Where I love to take clients after that, and when I was so excited to see this Brendan's intention model, is we don't just stop at it being a habit. Because there's a difference between, like, have you ever, because this was me as well, and this was where, like, my kind of transformation at within my own health, like, really started to evolve. Was my biggest focus was creating the consistent habit of moving my body every single day, drinking water every single day, and then the third is eating high energy foods every single day. So that was just like the consistent of, okay, I just need new habits that I'm actually going to be consistent with when I wanted to level up. Because I got some results there. I started to lose weight. I started to feel more confident when I really was like, okay, I'm gonna master this. I'm gonna really, really become the best version of myself, which I know for me, it's rooted in my health. Because when I have that energy, that's when I show up so much better. Making your habit and, like, being really intentional about it becoming a practice. So there's the difference again between the person, and this is all kind of, I'll put this all together of, like, there's a practice of, I'm just going to eat kind of whole foods every single day, or there's a habit of eating whole foods every single day. And then you can start to up level and be like, okay, the practice of, I'm going to intentionally add turmeric into my eggs in the morning, because I know that I have the intentionality of diversifying the foods that go into my microbiome. Or with exercise, it's okay, I have the habit of getting on the Peloton every single day or going to Orange Theory every single day. I'm going to now start to kind of collect data of how much weights am I lifting. I'm going to create a practice around kind of up leveling my own kind of who I'm being around, my own movement, and really become more intentional about it. And this, when we go from it just being a habit, which is hard in and of itself to get there. So, like, I want to congratulate everybody who's done that. Where I tell my client, where I, like, my VIP clients, I'm like, okay, time to level up. Now we create more of a practice around this, of an intentionality. And this is where we see the difference between somebody going to the gym for 30 days and, like, yeah, seeing some results, seeing high energy, feeling a little bit better about themselves, versus the person that's, like, made it a practice of being really intentional with their movement, and in 4 months seeing complete body transformation, body composition transformation. That's where it's like, okay, we go from the foundations of, let's just create the habit around here. Now we're going to up level and have it become a new practice, and you're going to master your own health. So that's kind of the arc that I love taking clients on. And I hope it doesn't happen with everybody. It happens with my, like, go all in women. And then the next part is, it just becomes second nature. You are the type of person that, like, is a badass with their own health, who's always trying to kind of find the new things. It reminds me of my cousin Keller, who's just like, he's at this place where he's developed such a cool and a unique practice around his health, where he gets to try the new things that Andrew Huberman is talking about, or Alyssa Vitti. Well, he wouldn't be doing Alyssa Vitti. That's about women's health. Or, like, all these kind of new trends that we all, when we're like, okay, let's get healthy. We're like, okay, let's go intermittent fasting. Let's do keto. Let's do all these kind of trends. Honestly, when we're first starting, we shouldn't be doing that. That should be when you're at a higher level, when this has become a practice, when it becomes second nature, where you really, really have an understanding around your body. Then you can start to kind of diversify what you're doing and really get nitty and gritty and analytical and tactical with trying intermittent fasting, with doing what else have I seen of, like, Keller will eat, like, dirt pills because he's diversifying his microbiome. Like, that's, like, the kind of the crazy part. That's the arc. And I feel like one of the common mistakes that a lot of women do, especially during this time of the year, the beginning of the year, where New Year's resolutions are there, they go straight to, let me try the new thing, the new approach, the new tactic. And that's what's going to get me this new kind of body composition transformation. When in reality, it's the foundations. It's the simple things. It's the things that, like, we don't think make the biggest difference, but we just haven't done them consistently. This is why I talk about kind of the power of always doing a monthly audit. Because a lot of the times, either one, we don't really realize actually we did put a lot of effort in, but also two, it's using the monthly audit to be like, okay, how consistent were you? How much follow through did you actually put in? Are you actually kind of saying and doing the things that you say aren't really working? Or like, again, it just kind of it goes down to consistency and the mindset around it, and just like understanding when are you actually putting in the effort versus just saying that you feel like you're putting in the effort. And that's like just doing a monthly audit, or honestly a weekly audit of, okay, if this is if this is a top priority, if health is a top priority, you should it should be like it's like a job where you're kind of making like analyzing the data and understanding, okay, where did I follow through, where did I kind of not follow through, what stopped me, what got in the way, how do I follow through even better next time. And so it should be at a minimum, if you have wellness goals, health goals, body composition goals for this year, you must be doing at a minimum a weekly audit of the practices that you have around those. If not, then to be honest, you're really not putting in, it's not a priority then. If you're not doing at a minimum weekly audit of what you've been doing and just course correcting each week, it's really not a priority. I know that's harsh. A little bit of a tangent. So let's go back to kind of the intention model. So we went from it's becoming second nature, and then finally it's simply who you are. And that's the goal that we all want, right? We every single time that I talk with women of, okay, why do you want to lose weight? It's because I want to be confident in myself. I want to like walk into a room and just feel like I am the best representation of who I possibly can be. That the insides match the outsides. That's like so much of what women who I talk with they want. And this is where this is like we can literally go step by step by step by step by step to get that. So that was Brennan's intention model, and just kind of looked at in a different perspective around our own health and around kind of diet and nutrition. So let's stop share. Again, this is kind of my coaching style. We do a lot of Zoom one-on-one calls or small group calls where we're in dialogue. I'm showcasing kind of new things, new tactics, new approaches to health. That's not just about eat this, do that. It's really rooted down to who are you being. So, guys, if you found this information helpful at all, share this with 5 of your friends. If I would have known this information earlier of about just kind of creating behavior changes isn't just about doing the same thing every single day, and that will create the body composition transformation that I want. It really was, let's break it down step by step by step. So, guys, keep going all in. You got it this year. I love you.